Welcome to 100 Live, folks. This is your host, Dan Gusman. We also have Misty on the line. Well, we have a guest tonight.
Hey, Dan. How you doing?
We're doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm glad that you had me on the show. My experiences with the paranormal go back years. I mean, when I was little, I used to hear ghost stories from my parents, and they talked about this house that they lived in when I was born. What I hear is objects moving and people seeing apparitions, and there was a story about one of my aunts who woke up and she went out of her room screaming, scared the crap out of everybody in the house, and everybody saw her. And there was like, I think maybe 5 or 6 people living in that house, and they all witnessed my aunt, a totally scared person. I mean, you cannot even describe how scared she was. I mean, they told me several times in Spanish how scared she was, but it's hard to explain. I mean, she literally said she saw the devil in her room, and she just screamed when she left. And my dad had reported seeing objects move. He said one time he woke up, there was this man with a knife in his hand getting ready to stab him, and he got up, and this man just disappeared. So this is the kind of stuff I grew up with, but of course I dismissed it because I thought, probably psychological, I don't know, I have to see it for myself. Probably around 11 years ago, I was living in this house, and this house was what I believe built on the site of where the actual farmhouse was. What I would experience, especially when I was alone in that house, I would experience the doors being kicked. There was one time I was taking a shower, and I was drying myself up, and somebody kicked the door, and I thought it was my brother, but I knew he was at work. I just opened the door, looked all over the house, there was nobody, so the door just got kicked by absolutely nothing. So this wasn't, the house adjusting itself or wood, adjusting to temperature or air pressure. This was a kick. This was, you can just hear it so loud. And then I had another incident where I was actually pouring myself a glass of milk, and I placed it on the counter, and right when I was getting ready to pour it in, the glass moved itself over 4 inches to the left. and this was, I was not even touching it or anything. This was the glass just moving on its own.
Wow.
I mean, probably the most profound of all my experiences was one night when I was sleeping in my room, and I woke up and I heard this, I call it pulsating noise. It's like click, 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 and it was coming from all over. And I was just like looking around, what the hell's making that noise? And I looked up, and there's this man in this big black robe walking next to my bed, and he walked towards the bathroom, and the bathroom is enclosed, so there's no way out if you go into it. So I got up and I went after him, and he was gone. And so this guy just disappeared. I mean, that was the most incredible experience I had with paranormal. I mean, seeing them with your own eyes, you have to believe. And it just kept happening to me, and sometimes when I would hear that noise afterwards, I would just like, I don't want to see it. I'm gonna keep my eyes closed. So after that, every time this would happen to me, I would keep my eyes closed. I don't want to see them. It was my way of saying, you know what? I know you're there, but I don't want to see you. I want to live my life.
Do you feel that way to this day?
To this day, it's more about fascination because I already got my answers. I already know that they're there.
Right.
But I'm fascinated at the fact that the world is just barely getting to know this. I mean, during the time when this was happening to me, there was no ghost hunters. There was no all we had was a little show called Sightings, and every once in a while they'll do a ghost story, an investigation. But it was very hard to find anything on paranormal on TV. You would probably have to go on the internet, you find a couple things. But when Ghost Hunters came on, and I just got hooked on that show because I was finally seeing that there was a whole lot of people that were dealing with this. So from there on, it was turned into fascination because I already knew that it was real. I mean, I saw it with my own eyes. I listened to the ghost stories when I was young. I mean, this is absolutely real.